Hi, what's up? Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all having a good night tonight. Alright, so let's take a look at the total crypto market cap to get the night started off. And full moon stream, so let's see how this ends up playing out. I'm not really one that believes in all the astrology affects the market stuff, but would be nice to see a beautiful pump tonight. Alright, so the total crypto market cap on the daily, the stochastic is coiling up like it's trying to decide which direction it wants to go currently. And the MACD's flattening out as well. So currently looking like it's trying to decide which direction the market really wants to break right now. And 4 hour, we have the bullish momentum getting weaker. Stochastic is coiling up like it's attempting to cross bearish. On the 1 hour, we do have the bullish momentum still growing and stochastic is bullish. Wouldn't really take much for the larger time frames to make a nice snap bullish if we do get a little pump from here. So on the daily chart here, it's looking almost like we have a inverse head and shoulders going on. I'll actually check out the 4 hour. So we have a shoulder right here. Just going to see if I can mark this up quick here. Alright, so you can see we have one shoulder here, the head right here, and another shoulder here. So typically an inverse head and shoulders would be a sign of reversal back to the upside, which is exactly what we want to be seeing right here. So if this does play out and we get a break above 2.093 trillion roughly, going to be looking absolutely amazing for the total crypto market cap. So if the smaller time frames can push it up there, I will really be liking the looks of the total crypto market cap right now. Alright, let's take a look at Bitcoin and see how that's looking today. So weekly, 3 weeks straight of bearish momentum getting weaker. Stochastic is crossed nice and bullish. Still lots of room on the RSI for the weekly to run to the upside. So the MACD shows that the bears are losing a bit of momentum currently, and the stochastic is coiling up like it may attempt to cross bearish. Same thing with the stochastic on the 4 hour. And we were just slightly oversold here, or overbought, I mean, as well. Let's see. But we also on Bitcoin do have an inverse head and shoulders going on as well. Which this shoulder is looking even nicer. If it's slightly higher than the previous shoulder, that's showing that there's accumulation going on here currently. So if this plays out, same thing as total crypto market cap, not going to take much for this to really start to rally if we get a break. So ideally we would like to see Bitcoin get up above this fib level, which would be about $46,540. And as soon as we see that breaking up above this area here, Bitcoin has a very nice chance of continuation to rally at that point. And the 1 hour, the stochastics crossed bullish. Looking like we just had some bullish divergence as well on the 1 hour. And tiny little bit of MACD bullish momentum beginning to come in here. So the stochastics are coiling up like it's trying to decide which direction to break. Still liking the looks of this currently, just based off this inverse head and shoulders currently. So if the smaller time frames can push us up and give us a break, the larger time frames will be looking absolutely great at that point. Alright, so XRP. 3 weeks straight of bearish momentum getting weaker. Very nice stochastic bullish cross here. Lots of room for the upside potential here on the RSI. Bullishly engulfing currently on the weekly. And we're attempting to just crack that fib level right here, which would be the 618. So anything below the 618 is typically around nice accumulation zone where I would like to accumulate assets that I'm bullish on. Oh yeah, I really like the looks of that daily here as well. So the stochastics coiling up and the MACD does show that the bulls are currently losing momentum, but the price action on the candles here, just beautiful bullish engulfing. Each day is going slightly higher than the previous. And once we get a break above about 88 cents roughly here to 92 cents, let's say, XRP could be in for a phenomenal rally at that point. Especially whenever you consider that we haven't had any price action similar to what we've seen back in 2017 yet. There was an initial run up, nice long consolidation and cool off, and then we got the real rally on XRP where it shot up from around 25 cents, something like that, all the way up to $3.30. So assuming based off of this previous market cycle that this is the initial rally on XRP here, XRP could be in for some very beautiful parabolic momentum to the upside in the coming weeks. So this is one asset that I will definitely be keeping an eye on. And it's almost looking like we've got a nice triangle going on here. Just getting lower. So as soon as we get a nice break there, I will really be liking the looks of that for the rally. Yeah, so this is pretty well what I see going on right here. So I'll be keeping an eye on this in the coming streams because this is definitely one of the nicer looking charts that I've been taking a look at lately. The RSI did just get overbought on the daily, but it's looking like it is still attempting to keep on running for a new high. And we were also quite overbought on the 4 hour as well. I don't see any 4 hour bearish divergence yet though, so that's still looking nice there. And the stochastic is currently cross bullish, but it's kind of just flattening out here right now. And we do have some bullish momentum beginning to come back in on the 4 hour. The 1 hour I'm liking the looks of as well. Stochastic is bullish. And we did just get slightly overbought on the RSI, but that doesn't look that bad here on the 1 hour. And the MACD shows some bullish momentum building. So I think XRP so far would be my favorite looking chart that I've checked out so far today between XRP, Bitcoin, and the total crypto market cap. But if the total crypto market cap does end up running, this is going to have a lot of upside potential to finish the cycle. Okay, so let's see how Ethereum's looking tonight. So 3 weeks straight of bearish momentum getting weaker. Stochastic is cross bullish. Lots of room on the RSI to run to the upside on the weekly. And we're not quite bullishly engulfing yet, but it's looking like it's attempting to on the weekly. The daily, I really like the looks of this currently. So bullish momentum is beginning to come back in. Stochastic is coiling up, but it's currently bullish. And there is still a lot of room for Ethereum to run to the upside here on the daily RSI. So bullish engulfing here, attempting to break above the fib level and crack this recent high we've seen here. So once we see Ethereum break above 3,320 US dollars, yeah, let's say 3,300. Once we get a nice break above there, Ethereum is probably going to get a very, very nice rally to, I'm guessing, new all-time highs at that point. And let's take a look at the 4-hour. 4-hour bullish momentum getting weaker, stochastic coiling up, and the RSI was just overbought. So going to need to keep an eye on that to see how this plays out. But if the inverse head and shoulders that's currently on total market cap Bitcoin plays out, it really won't take much for Ethereum to run. Ideally, we want to see it hold above $2,840 if it does get a pullback. But as long as we get the little consolidation, we don't end up coming down and breaking these levels, still looking amazing for a rally on Ethereum. There was also some 4-hour bearish divergence right here. Oh, that was actually right here before we got that slight pullback. Yeah, Ethereum's actually still looking really nice. No current bearish divergence. And I'm liking that 1 hour. Still nice bit of room for it to run to the upside on the RSI. Stochastic's bullish. MACD shows bullish momentum coming back in. And we're attempting to bullishly engulf right here on the 1 hour. So far, pretty well everything's looking more bullish than bearish to me. At least for crypto. Alright, now Dogecoin. So, same thing that we've seen on most assets today, 3 weeks straight of the bearish momentum getting weaker. Stochastic is currently cross bullish. The stochastic on the daily is actually currently cross bearish, and the bullish momentum's getting weaker, so I'll be keeping an eye on that. But there was just this very, very nice bullish divergence right here on the daily. So you could see that we go from a low to a lower low on the candles, but the RSI goes from a low to a higher low. So that would be a divergence right there, which would be a sign of potential reversal back to the upside. The stochastic on the 4 hours coiling up like it's trying to decide what to do. Bullish momentum getting weaker on the 4 hour. The RSI did just cool off, and now we're around that 50 level. And this is just looking almost like we're currently in a pennant right now. So a pennant would be like a long triangle going sideways. And the thinner and longer that this goes on, the more explosive that the movement is going to be whenever this finally breaks. So we're currently under the fib levels on Doge, so this is my favorite asset for risk-reward ratio that I've talked about today to accumulate. And typically anything below the 618s when I start to accumulate, 786 I pick up a lot, but we're at the very bottom of the fib extension here. So this is probably the asset that I've been accumulating the most of over the past 2 weeks based on this. And I'm also bullish on Doge to finish the cycle. If we do get one more final rally to finish off the crypto market cycle, I think Doge has a phenomenal risk-reward ratio and will go to some nice new highs. And on the 1 hour, I'm really liking the looks of this as well. The MACD shows the bullish momentum getting stronger. Stochastic is currently cross bullish. There's still a nice bit of room for the RSI to run to the upside here. And the candle is attempting to bullishly engulf here. So I'm feeling like Doge is looking more bullish than bearish, especially with the total market cap in that inverse head and shoulders currently. So if the total market cap does end up running and we break to the upside on that, I think Doge is going to be in for one amazing rally in the coming days and weeks. I'm going to check out a few more of the usuals, and if there's any assets that you guys want me to check out for you, just let me know. Okay, AION. 2 weeks straight of bearish momentum getting weaker. Stochastic is coiling up like it's trying to decide what to do. The RSI has a lot of room to run to the upside if it wants to. The MACD on the daily is kind of just flattening out right now, and Stochastic's coiled, so what that's telling me is we're just trying to decide which direction that we really want to break on this asset. We were just very oversold on the RSI, and right now we're down around the 50 level. So it's looking like it's kind of just consolidating before we get a major move in whichever direction it decides to go. Uh, 4 hour bullish momentum getting weaker, and Stochastic is cross bearish currently. And 1 hour, not really seeing much going on for the MACD here. Stochastic is cross bullish. Yeah, RSI is looking pretty neutral on the 1 hour as well. Yeah, I don't really see anything giving me for sure direction on where we're more likely to go on this asset currently. But if we do break to the upside, the risk-reward ratio on AION is currently absolutely beautiful. So we're looking at about a 7x to this previous high that we've seen. And previous all-time highs was up around $12.40. So about 120x roughly from where we are right now. Not saying it's going to go up to those highs, but if we do end up reaching those previous all-time highs, just an absolutely phenomenal risk-reward ratio on this asset currently. Even at the recent highs we've hit, that would be a great rally on AION. Alright, so VPS Finance. Let's see how this is looking today. Not really much information going on the weekly, as this is a newer asset, so there's not really much information available on the indicators. The daily MACD does currently show bullish momentum getting weaker, but the Stochastic is coiling up like it may attempt to cross bullish. The RSI is down around neutral, just pretty close to a perfect 50. And the 4 hour I'm liking the looks of. Bearish momentum getting weaker on the MACD, Stochastic's cross bullish. Still lots of room to run to the upside if it does decide to run on the RSI. And the candles are kind of just showing indecision to me currently, where it's trying to decide which direction to go. We're pretty well in a little range right here. So the previous all-time highs on AION would be up around 0.000458873. And we're currently at 0.0003788. So that would be over in 10x to the previous all-time high. So this is a DeFi 1.0 protocol which we can use for farming. So this is looking like a really nice accumulation zone currently. I'll probably be accumulating this until 0.00045, just so that way it'll be a 10x if this does run to the previous all-time highs. And I'm just going to use this for farming for the meantime. VVS is currently one of my favorite passive income plays that I'm in. For the 1 hour, MACD's kind of just looking neutral. We got a little lost momentum here. Stochastic's bearish, but it's coiling up like it's trying to decide what to do. And the RSI is just slightly under 50. So we'll be coming back to this asset in future streams just to see if we get some more information available here. There was a little bit of 1 hour bullish divergence right here, so that's actually looking nice and looking like we may have a potential double bottom here. Yo, it's good, Gabe. Anything you want me to check out for you tonight? So yeah, I actually am liking the looks of VVS now that I take a closer look to it. 1 hour bullish divergence here, looking like a potential double bottom right here on the candles. We're down at a very, very nice risk-reward ratio on here. So yeah, I'm really liking the looks of VVS for a potential rally where we are currently. Alright, let's take a look at the US 30, the Dow Jones, just to see how the US stock market's currently looking today. So the weekly's still not looking great. Just had some very clear bearish divergence there. Stochastics crossed bearish. Looking like it's attempting to build bearish momentum on the MACD. But the RSI, we're down just slightly under 50, which is pretty well neutral. Attempting to grow some bullish momentum on the MACD, but not quite showing yet. Stochastic is clearly cross bullish. We were just oversold on the RSI, and the daily is pretty close to that 50 neutral level as well. And I'm liking the looks of the 4 hour. So bullish momentum beginning to build on the MACD. Stochastics cross bullish. Bullishly engulfing right here on the candles. Attempting to form a high right above this low here, so that's looking nice. And RSI is around that 50 level on the 4 hour as well, so lots of room to run to the upside if it wants to, but it's also looking neutral currently. And 1 hour, little bit of bullish momentum building. Stochastic is crossed bullish. RSI is around that 50 neutral level. Dow Jones is just looking very neutral to me. I'm not seeing any for sure direction on where this wants to go currently. Currently I'm liking the looks of crypto much more than the US stock market. Much more bullish indication going on the crypto market currently. Alright, NASDAQ. The weekly still shows bearish momentum growing. Stochastic is currently crossed bearish. Candles isn't showing anything for sure going on. It's bearishly engulfing, but didn't form a low below here yet. Oh yeah, for sure, man. I'll check out AION again in a second. The daily I'm starting to like the looks of. The stochastic is coiling up like it's trying to decide what it wants to do. MACD shows bullish momentum growing. RSI's down around 44. And candles are attempting to bullishly engulf. 4 hour bullish momentum's attempting to grow. Stochastics cross bullish. We were just quite oversold, and now we're around just above 50 actually on the RSI, so it's looking like it's attempting to run here whenever you look at the bullish engulfing candle here. And the RSI is starting to get back into the bullish control zone. 1 hour MACD, bullish momentum starting to grow. Stochastics coiling up like it's trying to decide what to do. We do have a little bit of bearish divergence going on the 1 hour, it looks like. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a slight pullback before it decides what to really do. But on the larger time frames, I'm seeing more indecision than anything on both the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq. Alright, AION. So that would be 2 weeks straight of bearish momentum getting weaker. Stochastic is coiling up right here like it's trying to decide which direction it really wants to break. Showing some indecision here on the candles. So the RSI is just pretty well neutral right now. So it looks like it's trying to decide what it wants to do there. Same with the stochastic, it's coiling up like it's trying to decide which direction it wants to run. So on the 4 hour, bullish momentum's getting weaker. Stochastic is currently crossed bearish. Looking like it's attempting to form a higher low. So I'm liking the looks of this here so far. And the RSI is pretty close to neutral, but we're slightly up around that bullish control zone, or starting to get into it at least. 1 hour MACD, not really seeing that much going on, but currently it's looking like the bears are losing a bit of momentum. Stochastics crossed bullish. RSI is neutral, but attempting to get back into the bullish control zone. And we're attempting to bullishly engulf here. So I don't see a for sure direction on what's more likely to happen with AION, but just based off the risk-reward ratio on this asset, I'm loving the looks of this for an accumulation zone. That previous high that we seen was up around 71 cents, so that would be about 7x from where we currently are. And if we do run up to these higher levels here that we seen previous cycle, looking at about 40 to 45x roughly to this high, or if it goes to new all-time highs, that would be over 120x from where we currently are. Not saying it's going to reach those levels, but I really like the risk-reward ratio on this asset currently. So personally, I'm accumulating down at these levels, and if it does run, I'll probably sell maybe 15 to 20% of my bag at this recent high, just so that I can remove my initial investment and take out the risk at that point. It'll just be house money running if we do end up hitting those higher levels on AION. Anything else that you want me to check out for you tonight? Really liking the looks of gold currently. Bullish momentum is growing on the weekly here. Stochastics cross bullish. Lots of room to run to the upside on the RSI. Bullishly engulfing candles here. And on the weekly, it's looking pretty clearly above the last fib level before we're at all-time highs here. So ideally, we want to see a break above 1880. And if we were to form a high above here, I'm going to be absolutely loving the looks of gold for a potential new all-time high rally. So the daily MACD, bullish momentum is still growing and looking quite strong. Stochastic is bullish. The RSI is currently overbought up around 71. But we do have some very nice bullish engulfing candles happening on the daily here. And we're actually attempting to engulf over that previous high that I was just talking about right here. Liking the looks of the 4 hour quite a lot as well. Bearish momentum getting weaker. Stochastic is crossed bullish. We were just overbought, but the RSI still looks like it has a bit of room to run to the upside if it wants to. And all it would take would be one nice push to break above that level here and right here, which that could set us up for a beautiful new all-time high rally at that point. On the 1 hour, bullish momentum getting weaker, and stochastic looks like it's attempting to cross bearish, coiling up, and we were just overbought on the RSI. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of consolidation here, but if on the larger time frames like the 4 hour and the daily, if we can get a nice bullish engulfing candle and form a new high above right here, I wouldn't be surprised if we see gold hit anything between $3,000 to $5,000 an ounce over its next run. Yeah, especially whenever you look at the weekly chart here, this is just looking absolutely amazing to me right now. Low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher low. Attempting to form a higher high right now, which if we get this higher high, gold's just looking absolutely primed for new all-time highs. Alright, now let's check out silver and see how this is looking tonight. MACD shows bullish momentum growing, stochastic crossed bullish, and the RSI was just around oversold, and now we're currently looking neutral there. And we just got a nice double bottom right here. For the MACD on the daily, looks like it's attempting to grow, so we might get a little bit of bullish momentum coming in here. Stochastic's coiling up and attempting to cross bullish. RSI still has lots of room to run to the upside if it wants to. And the candles are just showing consolidation, like it's attempting to decide which direction it wants to go. And we might get a nice little break whichever direction it decides to go soon. Really liking the looks of this 4 hour. Bearish momentum's getting weaker, stochastic is bullish. We were just overbought, but the RSI was back around the neutral zone, and now it's attempting to get back into the bullish control zone. And we are currently bullishly engulfing. So for silver, what I would like to see would be to form a low above this fib level and a high above 24.70. Yeah, about $24.70 roughly US. So if we see that higher high and higher low above the fib level, silver's looking really primed for a beautiful rally as well. So silver, we're currently at a better risk reward ratio than gold. We're down around the 618 fib level. So we're looking at a little over 100% gains to the previous all-time high there. So if we see new all-time highs on silver, could be a very nice risk reward ratio from where we are here. And it's almost looking like we got a big flag going on here on the weekly as well. And double bottom here. Yeah, I find both gold and silver's looking really bullish to me currently. Gold currently looks more bullish, but silver's down around a better risk reward ratio on the fib levels currently. Pulled back around the 618, which is what we want to see. Meanwhile, gold is up around the 236 fib level. Alright, now let's see how Thor's holding up today. So on the daily, bearish momentum still getting weaker on the MACD. Stochastic is coiling up like it's trying to decide which direction it wants to break. And we are just got pretty close to oversold on the RSI, and it's coming back around up to that neutral zone. And it's looking like we have a bull flag going on right here on the daily. It's a small flag, but still looking like a bull flag going on right here. And bullish momentum getting weaker on the MACD on the 4 hour. Crossed bearish on the stochastic. RSI is pretty close to neutral. Ideally, we would like to see Thor make a little run up and form another high above this high that we had right here. So let's say around $90 is what we'd like to see. And if we break up above that $90 range, that'll be showing us more confirmation of attempting to rally. but I don't really see any information telling us where it's more likely to go at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a little consolidation before it decides which direction to really go. The 1 hour MACD is starting to have some bullish momentum come in. Stochastics crossed bullish. We have a little bit of bullish divergence right here on the RSI. So you can see that the RSI, it goes from a low to a higher low. Meanwhile, the candles are going from low to a lower low. So that would be a divergence right there, but it's only a small one on the 1 hour, so it's not really the most significant. So I'll probably wait for the next few days of information to come in. We'll check out this asset over the next few streams just to see if we see anything develop better so we can get a more clear idea of what's more likely to happen here. Alright, now let's see how Hex is holding up. So the MACD on the weekly shows bears losing momentum. Stochastics coiling up like it's trying to decide which direction it wants to go. RSI is pretty well neutral. Daily MACD shows bulls losing momentum. Stochastic is very clearly crossed bearish here. And the candles are attempting to bearishly engulf here. So if we do get another pullback on Hex, we would like to see it hold above this 12.2 cent area. So if we form a low above right here, still looking nice for a potential rally on Hex, but I really want to see this level hold myself on it. The 4 hours looking nice, like it's tempting to hold up though. There was just some bullish divergence right here. Stochastics crossed bullish. MACD shows bullish momentum attempting to come back in. And I'm just seeing some indecision here on the candles. So same thing as Thor, I'm going to wait for the next few streams so we get more information and then we can get a more clear idea on where this is likely to run in the coming days and weeks. I'm liking the looks of the 1 hour as well. RSI is neutral, attempting to get into the bullish control zone. Stochastics cross bullish. MACD shows bullish momentum growing. Bullish engulfing candle here. Still going to wait for more information to come in before I get a more clear idea of what's going on here though. Alright, now let's see how power's looking. MACD's kind of flattening out. Stochastic is coiling up like it's trying to decide which direction to break. That's what I'm seeing on the MACD as well. Tiny bit of green going on here today. And the RSI is looking pretty close to neutral right now. The 4 hours looking a lot nicer currently. Stochastic is crossed bullish. MACD shows bullish momentum's attempting to come back in. Bullish engulfing candle on the RSI here. And 1 hour bullish momentum's attempting to grow. Stochastic's bullish. We just got oversold up around neutral here on the RSI on the 1 hour. And bullish engulfing. So this is looking more likely to go to the upside than the downside to me. Maybe a little more consolidation on it, but personally I'm thinking this is looking more likely that it wants to go to the upside and run than take another dump. And since this is a newer asset as well, there's not really information on the weekly for the indicators. Anything else that you guys want me to check out for you tonight? Alright, Quant. So the weekly on Quant, stochastic is coiling up. And the RSI is more in around the bearish zone right now, but it's pretty well close to neutral. Bullish momentum getting weaker on the daily, stochastic on the dailies crossed bearish, and the RSI is in that neutral zone around 50. And it's looking like it's attempting to bullishly engulf here on the candles. Neutral on the RSI, stochastic's coiling up like it's attempting to decide what to do, and MACD shows bulls losing momentum on the 4 hour. And I'm just seeing consolidation here on the candles, so attempting to decide which way it wants to go. The 1 hour is looking nicer, but the 1 hour is not that significant of a time frame. So MACD is growing bullish momentum, stochastic is cross bullish, getting back into that bullish control zone on the RSI on the 1 hour, and the candles are attempting to bullishly engulf, but we're going to have to come back and see how this develops. If total market cap ends up running, and the inverse head and shoulders plays out on that, I feel like this asset would be more likely to get a nice rally to the upside. Just based off of what I'm seeing on the quant chart though, I'm going to wait for more information to develop here as well. Alright, CRV, weekly bearish momentum growing, stochastic is crossed bearish. Attempting to bearishly engulf on the candles, but so far we didn't break below this thicker part of the candle here, so still not looking bad there. I'm liking the looks of the daily, bullish momentum growing, stochastics crossed bullish. Just hugging that fib level like it's trying to crack through there. Yeah, the stochastic is still bullish, and there's still a little bit of room to run on the RSI if it decides to take a crack at it and break above the fib level. And we are currently bullishly engulfing on the candles, so it's looking nicer on the 4 hour. I like the looks of the 1 hour. Bullish momentum growing, stochastic very clearly bullish here. The RSI does show some bearish divergence, but I'm really liking the looks of the candle we have going on right here. You can see it's very clearly just right up against that fib level and attempting to break bullish. So larger time frames kind of showing indecision, but the smaller time frames is looking like it does want to run, which if we get a nice little pump on the smaller time frames, that will make the larger time frames look a lot nicer at that point. And if there's nothing else that you guys want me to check out tonight, I'll probably check out 1 or 2 more charts and then call it a night. So OMI, weekly stochastic cross bearish. Bearishly engulfing on the candles. Now the daily's starting to look nicer. Bears are losing momentum. The stochastic is coiling up like it's trying to decide which direction it wants to go. 4 hour, we got a tiny bit of bullish momentum attempting to come in on the MACD. Stochastic is looking clearly bullish right here. The RSI is around the neutral zone, and the candles are attempting to bullishly engulf on the 4 hour. So you can see we've been around a range right here, pretty well between 0.00667 down to 0.006515 roughly. So it just keeps bouncing around, attempting to stay into this little range that decides which direction it really wants to go. So same with most of the stuff that's really consolidating today. This depends on what's going to happen with the total crypto market cap. If we do see the inverse head and shoulders on total crypto market cap play out, I expect many, if not all, of these assets that I've talked about for cryptocurrency to run. The 1 hour shows some consolidation. We're around the bullish control zone of the RSI like it does want to run, but stochastic is cross bearish and we have a tiny bit of bearish momentum getting lost here. And the candle is just showing indecision here. So I don't see a for sure direction on OMI on where this is more likely to run, but so far it's holding up pretty nicely, and whichever direction it does decide to go, it'll probably get a pretty significant movement. If we do pull back further, ideally we'd like to hold above this wick at 0.005553. And if we get a higher low above 0.0733, I'm going to really be liking the looks of OMI at that point. Also, if we see a higher high that breaks above this area here, so 0.0763 roughly, 0.076283. If we get a higher high and we see the thick part of the candle coming up above that level there when the candle closes, OMI will be looking really primed for a rally at that point as well. Alright, well if there's nothing else you guys want me to check out tonight, I'm going to call her a night. Hope you have a great night, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow.
If I can live through this next 6 months, day by day, dancing.